guys get something better
money
to
was
do.
given across that counter. Come on, I want it to sense. I want you to find out exactly. Have you given me a description yet of that woman?
Talk with them here for a start.
You will
company
talk
policy.
now.
I will not talk to anyone with them here.
Just come back here. You realise
Why
that
don't
you
you
aided...
take the whole thing and get out of it, right?
Take that camera away. This is an investigation. Yes, I mind very much. Stand over there and you'll be interviewed by the police. You realise that you're an accomplice helping that woman... Please!
Yes, thank you, Jeff. Also today, the bank at Waterloo was held up. On this, the hottest November day since 1874. A spokesperson for Redfern detectives said that just before closing time, the robber, described as being short, nervous, wearing a baseball cap and carrying a large bag, demanded money at gunpoint from a young male teller, despite the menacing presence nearby of the bank's own security guard. Maybe everyone's mind was on the beach today as the temperatures soared. Or was it that this particular bank was just unprepared for this devastating new type of robber? And what was it that made this incident of crime different than any other in the big hot city today? The robber was also a woman. Over to you, Mike.
It was a hot November Friday. A vast, low pressure system way out over the Tasman Sea sucked the last cool days of spring away from Sydney, leaving it naked from the ground up to a cloudless, windless sky in the first days of blasting summer. Things happened in the heat. Things solid conspired secretly, the tar, the bricks and the glass, to melt. The glue in people's brains goes soft. Thoughts come unstuck and slide into visions of cold water, as thoughts all peel away like old stamps.
It was a typical day for John. Apart from the temperature, it was hot. It was no different really than any day since he'd started his first job with the banking corporation, Waterloo branch. The Waterloo branch was very convenient for him because his girlfriend, Shelley Kelly, worked in a hardware shop just down the road. And they had sandwiches together in the park and talked about what sort of car he should buy now that he had a steady job, and their parents approved of her seeing him regularly. The job wasn't too bad. It was just boring. Things were really working out for John, as long as he kept his job. But how could he lose it? Even if a bank robber walked in and pulled out a gun and demanded all his money, he wouldn't let it happen. He'd duck and press the alarm and get a commendation and a rise from the bank and maybe even the Premier's Medal for Bravery. And then it happened. That's exactly what happened. Except it was a bit different. John didn't duck. He handed over the money quickly without thinking, following exactly the bank policy in the event of an armed hold-up. Then the robber walked out, just like that. And even now he was forgetting to press the alarm. Now he was going to get it. He gave them everything, the robber that is. There goes the car. There goes Shelley Kelly. There goes the robber.
Johnny, John, curled up snug inside, in the brain again, curled up snug again, with his 4 big bits of toast and a mug of tea, watching TV, curled up snug again, Johnny in the big chair, always there, parents don't care, crunching toast and dreaming there in the big chair in the front of the TV, in front of the TV, watching TV, toast and tea, and Johnny, late at night by a different light, in a different light, from a different light, inside the light of dreams, the TV in sleep, in dreams, in clearer emotion than video, away we go with Johnny.
at the speed of light and faster than Jet Jackson with Johnny, Johnny Toast, Johnny Mug of Tea. Johnny 4 big bits rolls in the dust and comes up blasting at the screen. Floating through the mean streets, it's Johnny who hits all the right nails on the head. Johnny who learns to live like they do on TV. In his bed, under his bed, under his head, under what's under and inside his head, he wanted to live. To live like that, well, live like that or else you're dead.
Johnny John became Johnny John. Then just plain John. Fulfilled his parents' expectations, a girl and a job and nearly a car. After all, that lonely, funny, dreaming child did go far all right. Must have been those dreams at night. Must have been that flickering light. What was in it that we didn't see, they'd say? Is that what did it, the TV? Hey.
It's okay now that it's over. Now that I've got the money. It was a different story at the time. What was I thinking? Oh, no. There it is. The bank. The bank. Oh, Jenny. I can't do it. I can do it. I will do it. And I have to do it. If I don't, Mother can't have that operation. Oh, Mum. Oh, God. What'll I tell her if she asks me where I got the money from? The ends justify the means. Whatever that means. Well, here I go. Oh, I look like an idiot. No one would recognise me. Yeah, that's better. Just look ridiculous now. Oh, great. I'm ready. Now screw your courage to the sticking plate, Jenny. Jenny, get it together. Now relax. Don't do it. I mean, do it. Just like you've seen them on TV. Cool and businesslike. Just like a pro. Your mother needs that operation. And you need that money a lot more than that great big faceless bank. Right, let's go. Here I go. Cool and calm. Cruel and clam. I mean, clam and I lost my keys.
Sorry?
I can't do it.
What?
Everything, my coffee. I can't find them anywhere.
Where went
Now look at them. Which teller? Right, the board one at the end. He looks like a pushover. The others look a bit heavy.
story stinks. No wonder I can't sell them. It stinks. Lacks observation. Every private eye should have that. It's part of his job. Observation. Nothing should escape the eagle eye of the hard man in the mean street. You take what happened at work yesterday. Now, that shouldn't have happened if I'd been observing everything in detail. Observation makes good story writing. Observing and putting yourself in a character's situation. Well, plus imagination.
It wouldn't have happened at all if I'd been observing. And what was I doing? Sweating. That's what I was doing, just sweating. Well, how did I know that crazy was going to stick up the joint? Well, the other crazy came up to me with the keys. She got in my way. The other one went up to the teller, but she looked like a nutcase. Well, then the teller, well, he didn't look like he was just stuck up. Well, come to think of it, if this wasn't true, it'd sound a bit like a good story. Well, say, maybe it was a plan. Of course, I see it now, a plan. The two crazies working together, the teller, an inside job, them and the teller, all of them. Hey, I've got to stay on top of this. Or maybe it's true. I'm going to bust this whole thing wide open. Anyway, I'll certainly learn something. Yeah, and it could make a great story. If it's not as simple as it seems.
All right, what's your name? John. John what?
John,
Come on, what's your name?
Simpson.
John Simpson. Middle name, John? Have you got a middle name?
No.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
Wait a minute.
Come on.
Harris Street.
Harris Street, eh? What's the number? Come on, you just about said it. What is it? Come on, what's your number?
26.
26. How long you lived there, John?
2...
Hang on, how long? 2?
Wait, I'm trying to think, all right? I'm trying to think.
How long you lived there?
John has run off. John has gone. John just went to North Africa. North Africa on a jet. On a jet with an older woman, a notorious mum, and their coterie in Morocco. All his savings spent, all his dreams bent, all his fantasies fed. He's alive, not dead. Johnny learnt it all on telly, forgot Shelley Kelly and every single thing that his father had ever said or still says now that Johnny, John, this John hits the road to Fez. Jenny wasn't looking for adventure. Jenny just wanted to be loved. Adventure was easy. Adventure was boring. Her mother had been something of an adventuress herself when she was young and dragged Jenny around everywhere. Jenny's father had also been a notorious criminal in the 50s, and the last man hanged in the state. There was no shortage of love from her mum, Daisy, but there only remained a thin ribbon of trust between them. Jenny suspected Daisy still dabbled a bit in crime.
Hello? Jenny, I have to have a very expensive operation. I'm at the hospital. It's very serious. The doctor says I'm really sick.
Jenny got the picture, so she robbed the bank. She had to, or Daisy would... Anyway, Daisy didn't, because Jenny got away with it. Remember her?
I've lost my keys.
What?
My keys. I had them with me when I came in. There's my house keys, my car keys, my door keys, and I
Then
can't
we'll get to
find
the
them.
bottom of it. We all remain calm.
It's very important that I find them, really. If I don't get them, I won't be able to get into my house.
Right. What was your name?
Andrea Dora. I might have left them on the counter. Maybe they're in my bag. Do you think you can help me?
Well,
I gave you the money because I liked your eyes. They were troubled eyes, just like mine. I knew they were sorry they were taking my money. They stopped me from pressing the alarm.
And I picked you because you had nice eyes. And I knew they wouldn't shoot me. But what now?
John just lay there all day, while Jenny started writing a great novel about women and crime based on her own recent experience. And Daisy, she had been up to her old tricks again, and still was. But what none of them knew was that old you-know-who was there too, trying to fit it all together, still, and having trouble. But he would have had to be a real genius and have really good eyes to understand what lurked deep down in the eyes of Daisy. Daisy on the beach and everything okay in Morocco. What secrets? What secret? What stories lay hidden in them? Yep, there must have been about a dozen beauties in them.